Hello everyone, the Sunny Panda here and welcome back to my playthrough of This is the Police. We are on September 17th and we are having a little bit of a bad run in terms of the mayor not being happy with us not having enough officers, our officers being unhappy with us, but we are trying to struggle through and keep the city as clean as possible. Anyways, Golden Bird reports that the Freeburg mail truck is missing. That's the job for the police. Freeburg Tribune says girl sets house fire to watch firefighters. Okay. And the fact says nursing home to get cable TV. Alright. Let's see. City Hall hates us, Mafia likes us, police station still hates us. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. How do I make the police officers happy with me? Like, what am I doing wrong? Why are they unhappy with me? Vickers wants a leave because he was up all night reading an exciting detective story called The Last Temptation of Neptune, but I didn't have time to get to the ending. I'm almost certain the killer is Commissioner Harold. This book seems to be famous within all our detectives, but we're going to say him no. Porter, we're going to give Porter a vacation or a day off because he's been asking for that regularly and we haven't given him. Smith says, while I was climbing up the stairs, I started feeling a little dizzy. Can I have the day off? No, Smith, I'm sorry. I drank too much. I don't think I can hold it together anymore. Can I go home? Yes, Robbins, you can go home. I don't want any officer drunk on duty. I've had terrible experiences already. And I can always keep them for the menial tasks, but they still have to drive out to the menial tasks. So I'm not risking it. Anyways, oh my. All the DUIs are going to be hitting us hard today. R.I.P. Jensen, R.I.P. Little, R.I.P. Sano. I have like so many calls already. R.I.P. What? The mutilated body of Alice Garsamati was found in a sewer. It seems the homicide was carried out by several men who were strikingly cruel and inventive. Holy shit! Our snitch was killed. And it seems to be done by police officers themselves, I think. Prosecutor's office, please be informed we are calling in two of your employees who initiated the complaints against you for official interviews. Date of interrogation is September 19th. Snitch claims that these employees are Prado and Beckman. This is for tomorrow, right? September 19th. What is today? How do I find out what is today? Today is September 17th, so I can set up a hit. If I pay the Mafia tomorrow, that is 18th, they come in on 19th, that's too late already. Okay. Inspection. We are concerned about low effectiveness rating of Freeburg's fine, especially authorized inspectors have been invited to visit the department. City Hall cannot raise my raise request. Your friend sent you share from the sale of jewelry. Okay, we'll share 50% with our staff. Okay, 2 calls already. What a busy start of the day. Assault at the milk factory. Factory worker Whitley Samsonov quarreled with the head of the plant and attacked him. Colleagues called the police but are afraid to intervene because Samsonov is strong as an ox. He took us all by surprise. Horace Prado and Powers, off you go. Disorderly conduct in the dump. About 24 Amish men chased everyone out of the city dump and blocked all access. The Amish community claims that the land belongs to them, and as evidence, they are presenting a handwritten document. An eyewitness reports that they are not behaving very peaceably, but there are hardly any weapons aside from a few pitchforks. Alright, Gibbons, Reed Smith, along with the paddy wagon. We have just 5 officers for today's shift. What is going on? And I have a feeling if I don't send out the arrest for the investigations today, it's going to be gone tomorrow. But I'm going to take the risk this time. I need to check. I need to be calm and check if they disappear tomorrow or not. Then I can send out cops with the lead investigator. Milk factory. Vitaly Samosnov is holding the plant manager over a vat of milk. The manager is crying and kicking his feet and he wets his pants. Jesus Christ, don't pee in the milk. Children drink that. Release the hostage immediately. Take aim at the pup. Well, we don't want the man to die in a pool of milk, so let's take aim at the perp. Prado and Powers, yes, They've caught the offender unharmed. They are unharmed and the civilian is unharmed. That's awesome. They require backup at the dump, but I have no officers to send. I literally have no officers to send, sir. Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Good job, Gibbons, Reed, and Smith. You're all fantastic, and you're doing God's work today. Especially when we don't have enough officers to respond to calls, because Samadi ended up dying mysteriously. Like, what? And he was cruelly murdered, so people found out that he's the snitch. Alright. Let's see. Reckless endangerment at Freeburg Zoo. We have received numerous calls from visitors at the local zoo who saw a drunken zoo employee open the cheetah cage. The dangerous cats are running amok and have started to attack people. Alright, Prado, Gibbons, and Smith, off you go. Like, we have a cheetah running around the city and a zoo. Noise complaint in the cemetery. The caretaker at the cemetery reported strange sounds coming from the crypt. I'm afraid it's the dead finally come back. These are dark days. I'm not even responding to that. It's a false alarm. But I can put an end to an investigation today, I think. Hit and run. Let's... why is theft still open? Oh, we need to arrest the suspects, which we can do tomorrow. Okay. Let's see the hit and run frames. As far as I know, it was not a truck. There was a great truck that didn't have any license plate, but the medical examiner shows a heavy vehicle struck him with speed. Okay. So it was a heavy vehicle, but it struck him with speed. Jeep or a truck windshield. So he hit the windshield. It contained soft tissue, contained fragments of windshield. If it was the truck, he couldn't have hit the windshield. It has to be a car. So we need more frames for this. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put more detectives on this. Who is okay? Ackers, Kano, you're added to the case too. Just work the case. And I'm ignoring this call. I forgot. Reckless endangerment report. Our officers responded, have probably contained the cheetahs or had to kill them. I hope it was more of containment and not the killing. Inspection, questioning. These officers needed official questioning. This will take a few days, during which time they will be exempt from all duties. No, I needed them. Now I'm down one more officer today. I have just 4 officers on a shift. How am I supposed to run a city as the police chief with just 4 officers on a shift? And it's an armed robbery we have now. A man wearing a ski mask entered the LifeWire consumer electronics store. He pulled out a gun and demanded all the money and the most expensive toaster. The store security guard was fast on his feet and managed to knock the gun out of the robber's hand. But then he grabbed a sales assistant by the throat and is threatening to strangle her unless his demands are met. Alright, so he doesn't have the gun anymore. So we're sending out Gibbons and Powers. And now we need to really get through the day with... okay, so the noise complaint was actually a serious call. I thought it was going to be... well, it could be hooligans. Oh no. Everything's going to dogs. I'm going to lose the game. I'm going to get killed. 511 in progress. Firefight at the Rubinovich Casino. A gang stormed the casino and went straight for the utility room. The eyewitnesses who called the police said he heard gunshots. Then the gang members started carrying out some boxes. Alright, Reed and Smith with the SWAT. We don't have any option. We have to respond to the chief. This is a joke, right? We can't go out there alone. What do I do if my officers don't agree to go out to a call? Back at the store, a man in a ski mask is in the middle of the store holding a girl by her throat and yelling at the employees. Calm down, let go of the girl and just leave. Try to sneak up behind the suspect. Pull a gun on him and make it clear that he'd better give up. Yeah. The man releases the girl and starts to run. Then enters a room with a bunch of refrigerators and disappears. Come out or else check all the refrigerators. Expand the search to the entire store. Yeah, let's check all the refrigerators. That's the only place he could be, right? We don't need to search the rest of the store. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Good job. Can they get back in time for us to respond to the firefight at the Rubinovich Casino? I think not. Oh well. I was wrong. So let's send out 4 officers. We have only 4 officers to send out. But let's send out 4 officers along with the SWAT. And let's hope none of them die. Oh my god. I don't have any officers to send. Vehicular accident in Chinatown. The owner of a grocery saw a car drive onto the sidewalk and knock over a girl who was playing with her roller skates. Then the bastard stopped, waited a second, then backed up over the child again. I've heard that's how the Chinese do it back home, but are we really going to let them get away with it here? No, that's not how they do it back home. That's clearly racist, but okay. I can't... oh my god. This is horrible. And I can't even hire anyone. Okay, vehicular accident, Chinatown, offender escaped and there's a civilian dead. No? Okay. Well, now we have 2 calls, but our officers are not yet back from the firefight. Mr. Boyd, you have prepared the corpses. No, I have not prepared the corpses you asked for. Firefight, offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Amazing. Loot found, automatic weapon, bring it back to the police station. Okay, now there's 2 calls, but we are having our officers come back. However, there is a chance that they may not agree to go out as just 2. But I don't think I can get this. I can get to this call. There's a call for prostitution at Kevin's Throat Bar. Frank Zucker reports that a young blonde in a short red dress approached him at the bar and offered to go to bed with him for cash. I've never laid down with a whore. Can you believe this bitch? Whoa, I can't believe that happened, man. Some people. Imprisonment at Debbie's Special Cafe. A young man with a strong Spanish accent said that a dozen people are being held against their will in the basement of a cafe. The hostess of the cafe seeks out needy immigrants, gains their trust and promises mountains of gold, then imprisons them and makes them work around the clock for stale food. According to the man who called, he was one of the slaves, but he managed to escape. The woman also has 5 armed guards who regularly beat up the least productive workers. Somehow, I don't believe that. And I don't have enough officers to send them out on stupid calls. Police impersonation at Lucifer in the Sky with Lizards nightclub. 4 police officers entered the nightclub and started arresting people for having fun. They bullied the girls, and when the guys got angry, they beat them up and humiliated them. One of them put a gun in a patron's mouth and shouted at the others. Another cop knocked out a man's front teeth with the butt of his gun. The club manager has serious doubt these are even real police officers. They suspect that one of his competitors might have sent them over to cause troubles. Alright, Gibbons, Powers, and... will they go? Yeah. They won't go out as a pair of twos too, so let's send out all 4 of them, because why not? Hit and run. We got 1 new frame. I think we may have enough frames for this. We just may have. Now, we are sure that it's not the truck, so it's only... to do no, there's no hitting frame yet, so yeah, let's wait. Imprisonment report. Oh my god, that was an actual... Blonde is Frank Zucker's ex-girlfriend. She'd come to the bar with her friends and Frank saw her and decided to teach her a lesson. Okay, so 1 was a false alarm, 1 was not. And this is a disaster. How do I work with just 4 police officers? You tell me. Tell me. Prado was on duty, but he got pulled for questioning. No, I don't have backup. You know that very well. Offenders were caught, officers were unharmed, civilians unharmed. Good job. Let's end this disaster of the day. We need to do some... yeah, declare him dead. I don't know what happened to him, but he's dead. So much for being a police officer. You get stabbed in the corner.
Mr. Boyd, I am Agent Avrahami, and this is Agent Roberts. You'll have to come with us.
What now? Oh, please get dressed, Mr. Boyd. We'll wait for you in the car.
Am I being
Mr. Boyd,
investigated?
did you hear what I said?
You know what? You boys can go to hell. I'm not going anywhere. Not right now, at least. You can come down to the police station during regular hours. You can't just come to my house while I'm sleeping, pull me out of bed without any breakfast. Right now, the only place I'm going is back to bed. I'm closing the door now, and if you...
Jack, what's all this? I told everyone what a great sport you are and how fun it would be to play a little joke on you. Where's your sense of humor gone?
Is he a friend?
Ethan, it's 5 in the morning. At this hour, the only thing that'll get me laughing is one of you feds slipping on a banana peel.
Well, what'd I tell you? He's such a joker.
You're getting old, Ethan.
You're getting fatter, Jack.
And you're getting boring.
And you're getting fired.
Fine. You win.
But you're still a snappy dresser, Jack. As I'm sure you can guess, we've got an assignment here in Freeburg. Come on, let's go. We'll fill you in at the scene. Oh, and I really am glad to see you, Jack. You have no idea. Meet Jack. And this is Agent Suresh, Agent Kumaro, Agent Ellis, and Agent Dixon.
Lots of
Jeez, how many
feds.
men did you bring?
11 people on my team, plus 2 heads, but they're still asleep at the hotel. We got to Freeburg a couple hours ago.
What's going on? The feds need the chief of police. This must be something
Actually,
serious.
I was asked not to communicate with the local police, at least until the press conference, but, well, you're a friend. And by the way, you're lucky you didn't have time for breakfast.
It's going to be a gruesome scene, isn't it? Oh my god.
Now, the press are calling him the Dentist. Just like every other fucking maniac, he's got his own stupid nickname. We spent 19 years chasing this guy. The MO is always the same. He kills young women in a small town, drops out of sight, and then reappears on the other end of the country with a fresh set of victims. He kills without hesitation, stuns the victim, then strangles her while she's unconscious. And that's when things get fun. He uses a power tool to remount the dead girl's mouth. For 5 years, we've heard nothing. That's the longest break he's ever taken. Then 6 hours ago, we got a crazy anonymous tip that the dentist was in Freeburg, and he'd already committed his first murder. They even told us the address of the house. Looks like our anonymous tip came from the dentist himself, but that hasn't been verified yet. Oh, Dixon, don't go anywhere. So, Jack, listen. Dixon will take you to the station. You can bring your people up to speed. I'm looking forward to full cooperation, and it would be great if you could bag a criminal like this before you retire. A nice farewell. You know what I'm saying, Jack?
Yeah, a nice farewell.
And Dixon, Mr. Boyd will tell you where to take him. Come on, look alive. You're the police chief's driver today, if that's good enough for you. I'll come around to see you tonight. Buy us some beers, huh? But not that piss you normally drink. That stuff gives me wicked heartburn.
The city is already in the gutter. I don't need more of this shit here. Did I get to read the newspaper today? No, I didn't. Armstrong says I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home? Is Armstrong detective on any case? I don't think so, so he can go home. I clicked no again. I am just in the habit of saying no now. It's just inbuilt in my memory to say no to. Even when I want them, even when I say yes, my hand says no. That's horrible. They need a day off to just, get up to speed with things, get a rest. Labor market, okay. Where do we need officers? Shift B has enough officers. Shift A is where we were really struggling, so let's get Joanne for Shift A. Yeah, Joanne Sterling is fine. Joanne Sterling for Shift A, perfect. Okay, let's go. We have the theft, where theft St. John's Hospital. Colin Marcus spends much of his time at work. Yeah, we're going to send Oshiro and Kochi to arrest the pharmacist who stole the pills, and we need to start investigation on the serial murder. 21-year-old Alison Bell, City Hall intern, was brutally murdered at her apartment. This is with the dentist. So what we're going to do is we need 2 detectives, but I feel that if I send a detective with a low professionalism, they will die. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for this case to be over, and then I'll stick along Armstrong and Moll together. Mafia sends us the sale for alcohol. We'll share 50% of that stuff.
412 in progress.
Assault in the residential area. An obese man found himself stuck in an elevator, but when people attempted to help him out, he lashed out and began to strangle one of them. This is the third time I'm late to work, and it's all because of this fucking elevator. Well, man, you would be getting stuck in there if you weren't so obese. So don't abuse the elevator. All right, Austin and Yancy go. I wanted to send one more, but all of a sudden we'll have 3 calls pop up and no officers to go out, so I'm holding back. I think their professionalism is to a level where I don't need to worry. Theft report. Offender has been caught. Finally, a win for us in the cases department. We were able to arrest all suspects. Amazing. Okay, so we can start this investigation now. Well, Mole is on her way back from that arrest, so let's see. Attempted murder in the residential area. An elderly concierge reports that he saw an angry girl through the window attacking someone's car with a baseball bat, yelling, "Get out, you painted wretch! Come on, I know you can hear me. I'll kill you myself." Okay. Antanashi and Beckman, off you go. But Beckman and what was his name? The other guy, the other officer. Austin is the only one who's on my side, I swear. Austin and Yancy have caught the offender in the residential area who's assaulting a car, as far as I remember. Yeah. The dentist. What? Hello, Jack. I suspect you don't like the dentist nickname any more than I do, but let's just say that's who I am. And get down to business. Take a good look at the postcard I sent you. It points to a place where I hid something. Follow the clues, keep on the trail. Let's just say there's a reason I'm giving you the chance to catch me. But don't share this clue with the feds, or the trail will go cold. I promise you. And hurry, if you don't figure out the right place in the next 24 hours, I'll destroy all the evidence and walk away. Okay, let's keep the clue. Chief, you've gotten yourself into a dangerous game, and you can't win without evidence on the dentist. You hold in your head a key to what happened to the victims. Look closely at the image on the card. It'll help you figure out where the evidence is hidden. Send your detectives, but don't go around blindly guessing. I doubt you have the resources to go to all places in time. Okay, let's proceed. So, where's the evidence? Okay, this is the evidence. All right. So, okay, it's like a holy place of some sort. There's lots of angels singing going on, probably some music. So what I get off this frame is that something holy is going on, right? So we have the option to send our detectives the Holy House Pizza, Sliced Pizza, Double Olive Pizza, Papa Carl's Pizza. I think Holy House Pizza is where the dentist may have hidden evidence. So we'll send out Marlowe and Wise. In case they end up dying, so be it. And let's put Armstrong and Mole to the dentist, the dentist case. Attempted murder. Antanashi and Beckman have caught the offender. That's great. Phew, this is turning out to be quite a day, isn't it? I hope Holy House Pizza was the right place, because that's what this all points to, right? Everything's holy. Holy House Pizza sounds like the proper place. A rat among us. Jack, Officer Yancy somehow learned about the postcard from the dentist, and he's up in arms that you have been suppressing evidence. He demanded that I take action immediately, or he's taking this directly to the prosecutor's office. I convinced him to sit on it for a couple more days, but we have to do something fast. Why, Yancy? You have discovered a hidden evidence by the dentist. So we have a piece of paper. Oh! Mr. Boyd, after the needless death of Detective Marlowe, the guys had a quick word and we decided we can't keep going on assignments like this without SWAT support. Damn it! Okay. So we collected one evidence, but we also lost a detective. That's some stupid shit there. There's an arson. Freeburg Birth Control Union. 3 people died in a blaze at the Freeburg Birth Control Union Women's Center. Alright. Wise, You're the lead detective in this. Serial murder. We have 3 frames. Okay, yellow and yellow with the holy grail, with holy pizza. Okay, this has got to be the frame, right? This is the frame. Okay, good job. 2 calls at the same time. Theft at the market. Michael Gibson was only away from his vegetable shop for 2 minutes and someone managed to steal a big cart filled with watermelons. I brought the hauler a month ago. Bright orange, easy to spot. The thing weighs almost 500 pounds, so they can't have gotten far. Alright, Oshiro, Kochi. 2 should be enough for this. Fraud at the Fortune Bank. A bank employee reports that a suspicious man came into the bank. He's obviously trying to cash a forged check. The cashier also says that the man is hiding something under his jacket. Alright, Austin, Yancy, and Antanashi, off you go. Ooh, I almost missed that. Derek Allen at the Sophocles Theatre of Drama says, Mr. Boyd, my attempt to raise the ratings of Justice for All failed and I was let go. But I'm getting ready to launch a new TV project, this time about the harsh everyday life of ordinary police officers. For the pilot episode, I need 2 cops who we can ride around with for several hours. We'll go around the city in a police car and record various real-life stories. Your officers will be awarded 300 and you'll get a more impressive bonus. This time, we do have a real budget. Alright, Cross and Hollinger, this is your time to shine. Anyways, we need to deal with Yancy. And sadly, we can't deal with him today. A trap, even if I have a crime trap, this will be set up for tomorrow. And Yancy is... We can call him for duty tomorrow, can we not? Alright, let's set a crime trap. Yes. Tomorrow at 10, okay. And we'll call in Yancy to work tomorrow. And we'll send him off to his demise. Sadly. Because he doesn't understand that some bad things are required for justice overall. The nurse, Michael Ayers, says, I was about to go home when the building suddenly lost power and it got really quiet. Then I heard a muffled noise like a little clap from just down the street. The building had about 10 employees. I didn't notice the smoke at first, and when I saw the fire, I began to yell. But it was too late, some people just didn't make it out. The doctor says, at the time of the tragedy, I should have already been home, but I was just leaving and I ran into Ronald Sherman on the street. He's the ex-husband of one of our patients who decided not to have her child after she consulted with the Freeburg Birth Control Union. After that, Mr. Sherman openly quarreled with his wife. I understand he beat her and later they divorced. Since then, he has come to our offices several times, and on the evening of the fire, he was standing across the road wearing a large backpack. He made a point of walking past me and he muttered something in the spirit of burning hell. Bitch. I thought how close I already was to hell. If people could wear such ugly red sweaters, okay. Fire inspector says the fire was started with a small plastic canister filled with accelerant, which was thrown from the street through an open window. When the fire began, the building was already without power, which interfered with the usual evacuation plan. Damage to the external cables showed that they were not cut, but simply pulled from the wall by force. Okay, so it's probably that guy who hates the union, right? So, we already have our suspect. Theft at the market. Across the market, there's an elderly couple rolling a big blue cart filled with fruit that look like watermelons. Hit the man with a nightclub, twist the woman's arm behind her back, and throw her to the ground. That's a bit excessive. Interrogate the elderly couple. Continue the search for the... Let's interrogate the elderly couple. Around the farmer's market, there are 3 carts. One of them is orange, filled with watermelons. 3 women are carrying something over to a small truck. Good day, ladies. Did you see anyone suspicious come through here? Perhaps some watermelon stealing comebacks? Arrest the woman. Watch until someone goes to the orange cart. Let's watch until someone goes to the orange cart. Yeah. See, if we would have used force, we would just be making fools of ourselves. Anyways, fraud at the Fortune Bank. The suspect is sitting in a chair, obviously very nervous. He grows very agitated when he sees the police and starts banging his foot on the floor. Rush the suspect. Watch the suspect. Ready your gun and slowly approach the suspect. Let's ready. Okay. The man suddenly jumps up and grabs the woman standing next to him, putting a huge knife to her throat. He knows that the police are there for him. Let go of the woman and get out of here. We're not here for you. My friend, you're going to find yourself in a body bag. You better release that hostage. I know it's not your fault. Let's go down to the station and talk about this. Yeah. Let's take it easy. Let's sympathize with him. And look at that. Austin leading with Yancy and Antanashi. We handled that perfectly. There's a call for trespassing, but we have some time to Derek Allen, Chief, thank you for the wonderful help. I think it will make a great TV series. In fact, we ran out of true stories and had to improvise a little. And I think someone blurted out something not very nice about the police and about you personally, but don't take it to heart. Okay. 10,000 big bucks. Wow. Okay, we have 13 seconds and we should have some officers back in time. 7, 6, 5. Yeah, we can do this easy. Trespassing at the farm. Bill Buckler said that no less than 20 cultists have taken up residence on his farm. They claim that the house and surrounding acreage belong to them. The Lord has given unto us this land for our suffering. According to the Buckler's unwanted guest, some of the cultists are armed. Okay, we really need more officers for this, so we'll wait for them. Austin, Oshiro, Kochi, Yancy, and the paddy wagon. Beckman can go too. Cross and Hollinger are back. If we get another call, 3 of them can respond. We're sending out 5. There's lots of people, and there seem to be some kind of weapons out there, so it's fun. Phew, what a day! At least the police force should be happy with us. The city hall should be gaining happiness back with us. We need to balance it out. We really need to. Trespassing, amazing job. Our officers did an awesome job. Oh my god. I just hope arson report, we got 3 new frames. Okay, it wasn't cut, it was pulled out, so we already know that's wrong, so no point in even trying to figure out where what goes. We'll wait for more frames to come in. But now we really need to make sure that we have enough detectives on all shift. Marlowe was dead. We'll have to send out the SWAT next time whenever we go for clues with the dentist, because the dentist is setting traps for our detectives, and most of our detectives are low professional detectives. Anyways, let's end the day. A pretty decent day. We need to do some paperwork for Marlowe, just declare him dead, and let's end the day.
So I went downstairs figuring I'd find some mercenary or an escaped serial killer or some other lowlife I'd put away, right? But when I hit the lights, I saw a young kid. Couldn't have been 20. Skinny, dirty. Didn't even have a real weapon, just a rusty shiv. He just stood there, didn't say anything. My whole career, I've been staring down the most dangerous people in the country, and the only one to get into my house and scare my family to death was just some kid about to crap his pants. And I pointed my gun at him, and he just stood there with his mouth open.
Bad luck for him.
He was pretty lucky to still be alive. And you know what? It was you that saved him.
I think you have me confused with somebody else, Ethan.
No. Listen. All these years, me and Marla joked about how dangerous my job is. We figured that sooner or later someone would sneak into our house and cut us to pieces, yeah? Pretty dark jokes, but innocent enough. And Marla asks me not to jump into gunfights when she kisses me on the cheek before I leave for work. It's like we figured that if we joke about stuff like that, then it'll never actually happen. But, while I trained my gun at the kid's nose, I finally realized someone really can get into our house. Someone really can cut us to pieces. Now that it finally happened, I can't make any more jokes like that. Marla won't laugh anymore. She'll burst into tears and stay in bed all day crying, hating me more and more every second. So I figured the only way out of the situation was to show her that if someone really does dare to break into our house, he's guaranteed to get a bullet in the face. He'll die right there on the living room carpet.
God, Ethan, didn't know you were so bloodthirsty.
I'm telling you, Jack, I was serious about shooting this kid right there where he stood. I was about to pull the trigger. But then I remembered you. Remembered 1,000 years ago, we went to the lake and had some beers after an ethics lecture at the academy. I was all angry with that professor, Laszlo, yeah. Remember what he always told us? Being a good policeman is very simple. You just need to keep doing the right thing. I hated those pretentious speeches. I cussed Laszlo up and down and said, if you always do what's right, you've turned yourself into a robot. And you just sat there, drunk eyes staring into the distance. And you were all calm and said, No, Ethan. It's the other way around. To do the right thing takes everything you got as a human.
I said that. Oh, what an idiot I was.
Come on, Jack. It's not funny. When things get bad, it's those moments you gotta be hopeful and stay human. And I did just like you said. I stayed human. And then I slapped the cuffs on the kid in one quick move. Just like Bobby Flash.
Bobby Flash?
What? You don't remember Evening Freeburg, the old news column? Stories about the cop hero Bobby Flash? I heard they even published a book a few years ago.
Oh, that Bobby Flash.
Yeah, that Bobby Flash. How can you not remember Bobby Flash? We all argued at junior high about which one of us would be Bobby Flash when he grows up. Oh, I'm no Bobby Flash. A hero cop would never think about shooting a terrified teenager. But wait a minute. If I'm not Bobby Flash, then maybe you are.
Nope. Jack Boyd is no Bobby Flash either.
Maybe so.
And while watching this cutscene, I remembered something. I set up a crime trap for today. And I didn't call Yancey. I didn't tell him to come to work today. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Police station is... question mark. City Hall is two thumbs up. Police station is question mark. Probably because we don't have a snitch there. We need to hire a snitch. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Alright, anyways, that's... I made a big goof up by not having Yancey in the shift today, but we'll see how to deal with him and his big mouth next time on This Is the Police. Thank you for joining in. Leave me a comment. Would love to hear from you. And I will see you around. Bye-bye.